Hello, welcome back to Shit They Don't Tell You. I'm Nikki Limo.
Hello, buddy. What's up? It's Iceman.
So, if things are timed correctly and Mark didn't mess this up, bless you, and bless Mark.
Bless Mark.
Then it should be Thanksgiving week, I think.
Whoa. If it's not, it's on Mark.
It was Mark's fault if it's not Thanksgiving
Correct.
week. But if it is Thanksgiving week, I thought we would do perhaps a Thanksgiving-ish episode, but not like, I feel like we've done like the, what are you thankful for? Like, what are the 5 things you're grateful for? Blah, blah, blah. So like I want some other questions in the mix.
Yeah, I like it.
But I do want to have a give thanks type of episode.
Fair.
Where we talk about things that
Corny things.
personally, very corny.
Yeah. Lame.
Cornucopia thing. Cornucopia.
Yes.
So I have some questions that are Thanksgiving-ish
Okay.
that we can perhaps answer right now.
I enjoy it.
So if you're ready, what is one thing that you're thankful for this year, 2023? What did 2023 bring you, Steve Green?
God. Oh man, which one, right? Okay, in a recent, like, you know how like I think everyone can relate to this. We all walk around on this planet.
Yes.
And we almost like our soul has many cups.
Mm-hmm.
And like, what's filling your cup up?
Yes.
Right? Okay. So, I have a group called Crypto Corner, and patreon.com/sticky.
Through our patreon.com/sticky, STIKKI.
A lot of people in there. We all kind of got melted together with Terra Luna a year and a half ago. And, the people who stuck with it and who, believed in the method that, I approach crypto with, which is like take advantage of the lows, dollar cost average, find amazing projects, stick with them. Don't get cute. Try to attack the lows as much as you can with the dollar cost average method. Don't risk much. Risk a small amount. If you're any good at it, turn a small amount into a big amount. There are people in there right now who are like, I mean, we're into this one called Kujira for like, over a year. I bought it as low as 52 cents, I think, is my lowest buy.
Yeah.
My highest buy is like $1.04, I think. But my dollar cost average was like 72 cents. The point is that this thing exploded recently, went to like $4.50.
Wow. I didn't know it went that high already. Wow.
Yeah, and all, people in Crypto Corner, they were in there the whole time taking it seriously. The people that were taking it seriously every week. I never missed a show. I was there every single week.
Yeah.
I haven't missed one Crypto Corner since I started the show. It's been almost 3 years. It'll be 3 years in March.
I know, it's crazy. Because I remember being like, can you sustain this? I hadn't seen you sustain a format since real life trolling.
I know. And yeah, I wasn't passionate about anything that I started
until this.
Until this. And so it was a no-brainer. But then we go from the last run to here. I'm not trying to brag about myself, but like I am one of the few people who can say I have helped people become millionaires from crypto.
Yes.
It's a fact. Mm-hmm. But the method that I use is how I do it.
Yeah, it's not day trading. It's not like
I don't
slot machine.
No, and I don't risk a lot. I haven't. Me and Nikki have not put that much into crypto.
No.
And that's the point. Is like you can turn a small amount into a big amount if you're disciplined and if you play the game the right way. And you have to be very careful about it.
In fact, we've already taken the principal out, so it's all for your money now.
Exactly. And yes, we do it every time. But the people in Crypto Corner, they're all like, man, I can't believe it. Like I knew that I was in the right place, but I didn't really realize it until like now. I'm like, holy shit, because like price action makes people believe pretty quickly, right?
Yeah.
But like now it's illuminating for them. They see the method in action. They see how you can turn a small amount of money into a big amount of money.
Yeah.
You don't have to risk that much. You don't have to mortgage your fucking house. You see these documentaries about like these crypto guys like who were like Richard Hart and Hex and Pulse Chain. He's like, people are getting so inspired by him. They're like, I sold my house, and like their wife in the background is like, oh my God. If you're any good at it, you shouldn't have to do that. You should be able to just prove it first. If you're so good at it, okay, why do you need $250,000?
Right.
Why can't you do it with $4? Why can't you do it with $1,500? That's what I'm most proud about with my Crypto Corner group. Small amount and do a big amount, right? Take just like a nominal amount of money, and then if you dollar cost, so get your position in dollar cost average, you can really do really well in this game. And people are now seeing that. That's my favorite part about right now. That's what I'm most thankful for. And I really could go on about this forever, but I'm so thankful that people can see it in action. It's not just, for many months during the bear market, it's like me talking to a void is how it feels sometimes. Right? Like it's just me and I'm like, I know. It's
like you have the vision, but it's not physically.
Yeah. Do you believe me? Do you believe that this can work? Right? Are you going to take this moment seriously? The people who did, credit to you guys. Credit to me for getting there. I'm kidding. Credit to you guys. That's a joke I do. But no, credit to them, man. Seriously, like it's a grind, dude. It's a grind. It's a mental game. But they did it. They did it. And this is just the start of the run.
Yeah.
And because I don't do that bullshit, right? I don't go like, I know what the price is going to be tomorrow or next week or yesterday or 2 months from now. I don't know that. What I do is I go about the cycle. The cycle is the most important thing. The cycle is how most people in Crypto Corner are like, wow, how does he always know what's going to happen? It's because I follow the cycle. I'm a student of the cycle. The market is smarter than you, right? And so I was able to tell everybody in November of 2022, if you're here right now, put your hand up in the air and pat yourself on the back. You just survived your first bear market. And people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And this is all timestamped. It's all on Crypto Corner Discord. It's all on the Patreon. You can go scroll all the way down and see all these videos. But no, I was like, yeah, no, we're done. Like I posted like the Autumn Wind is a Raider video of like, we're pirates now. We're the ones who are going to take back the land. Like watch. And then, when in January, like late January, I was like, I posted a video that says you have 10 months to make it. Like, right? We have 10 months to make it edition is what I call everything the edition on Crypto Corner.
Yeah.
But we have 10 months to make it. And here we are, right? It is November.
It happened in October.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And here we are in November and like the market is exploding.
Yeah.
So you had 10 months to get your
shit together.
Positions, buy the lows and scoop the lows and take advantage of the lows. And look, can you still get in and make multiples? Of course you can. And this is what I beg people to understand during that entire 10 months to make it. In fact, during the entire 10 months to make it, I was like, you have 9 months to make it, you have 8 months to make it, 7 months.
Yeah.
All the way up till 1 month to make it. I put my reputation on the line, dude, because I just know the cycle, right? I knew that, like, look, we're at the point where there's going to be a breakout. And I also anticipated that there would be a pre-pump. So there's a Bitcoin halving that happens, right? Every couple of years, the amount of Bitcoin that you have that gets mined per day gets cut in half every couple of years. So everyone knows when that's going to be based on the amount of blocks per Bitcoin that gets mined. Okay. It doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. But check this out. So that's not till like April, right? But I predicted that the halving would be front run because everyone knows about the halving. So I was like, I think 10 months to make it because I think that everyone's going to know that about the halving. They're all going to be getting in.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on right now. So it's, it's a beautiful thing. And everyone in Crypto Corner, congratulations to you guys. Seriously.
Hell yeah.
Unbelievable.
That's awesome.
So thankful for them. Untold amounts of gratitude I have for those guys.
That's dope.
Those guys are grinders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And they're winners now. It's beautiful.
Well, you can check out Crypto Corner. It's literally $5 a month, which is crazy. It's like, that's like $1.25 a week.
It's less than Starbucks. But hey, look, the whole point of it is not like, if you're any good at it, why do I need them to pay me a fucking bunch of money, right?
Right.
I'm making my money.
Yeah.
I want them to win. I want them to put that money for them.
Right.
I want that money to go in their portfolio, right?
Yes.
Like we all know how hard it is to make it, especially with all this inflation going on. Imagine I'm sitting there and I'm going like, give me $150 a month, like what happens most of the time in crypto land, right?
Yeah.
Give me $150 a month. Oh, and also on top of that, you guys have to take these lows seriously and put in as much as you can.
Yeah.
I'm not part of your problem. I'm part of your solution.
There are like poker things I follow that are $40 a month for me, and that's like on the low end of things. So it's quite the deal.
I just believe that first of all, I know what I'm doing in this space. I always turn a small amount into a big amount. So I'm not worried about that for me. But I want people to maximize these lows.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be part of their problem. That's
right.
So,
that makes sense. Well, this year's been fucking insane for me.
I'll say.
And that's an understatement of the century. So, I mean, when we moved to Las Vegas 2 years ago, by the way, we're coming up on our 2-year anniversary here. But the first year in Las Vegas, I was like, okay, well, this is a completely different city. This is a completely different environment. I had money coming in from Big Mood, and like, it was not passive, but it was like we would film like 2 months worth of episodes. So I was like essentially working once every 2 months for the amount of income that I was
for most people, that's passive
getting.
income.
Yeah, it was like pretty passive.
Yeah.
So it's like, how am I going to use this to, and I wanted to use it to figure out like what my next move was. Like, where was I going next? Did I want to continue? Did I want to like re-up my YouTube channel? Did I have like, where was the inspiration coming from? And I, was playing poker, but I'd never expected in a million years for it to become like the main thing that I do. That all just came based on like following the next thing, like what's the next thing that my heart wants to do, and it just kept going down this poker route, and it had a lot to do with the community. The community is amazing. I just really fucking love everybody that I've met in the community. Every step of the way has been really exciting and completely different and a little bit scary. And this year, starting 2023, we no longer had Big Mood. So I no longer had this like passive income coming in. So it was like, all right, you really got to fucking decide what you want to do. Are we going full-time YouTube on our channel, YouTube channel again? Are we going full-time poker? Like, what are we going to do? And I really like tried to feel each direction. And I didn't want to be a professional poker player. The thought of like having to make my income from playing poker seemed like just so scary that I was like, it would take the fun away for me. So I liked that there was like something else I was doing. I was like, well, maybe I could do poker vlogging. Like that's kind of a thing in the poker media scape. But vlogging my hands at the table also took away the fun for me. Yeah. So I was like, I don't want to do poker vlogging, but I would love to do more commentating. Commentating was so fun. I got to try it a little bit at the end of last year, and
You're just talking about poker commentating.
Poker commentating, yeah. I would like to do that. I would like to get more involved with poker media, maybe like hosting or working with different events, and just kind of try that shoe on, right?
Yeah.
But how would I do that? And this year, for the first time since 2012, so over 10 years, 11 years ago, is the last time that I felt this way, where I had to take a leap of faith, where it was like, there's no guarantee about anything right now. That there's no job I'm being offered. There's no, like, if you go this direction, you're guaranteed income from this place. I just had to make a gut decision to like try something, go out on a limb.
It's what you always do.
But really, it is what I always do. But really, I haven't had to make this much of a gut call since 2012.
Yeah, we're on a limb.
Where I got offered a restaurant job, and I was like, I'm going to try to do YouTube full time instead.
Yeah, true.
Without any guarantee of any income coming in or anything. And there was a lot of like, we talked about survivorship bias with YouTube, and it was like, well, you could have just gotten lucky, right place, right time, blah, blah, blah. So with this, it's like, okay, well, can I do survivorship bias twice in two different industries? How much do I push my luck here to go a completely different pivot, like to a different industry, right? And I don't know. I just felt I always have to go with what I feel in my gut, even if it logically doesn't make sense or if it logically seems really scary, because logically the easier thing to do would be to go full-time YouTube again. I already know what I'm doing. I know how to, we can do Tasty Tuesday. We can go full-time vlogger. I like doing those things. It's not even that I don't like doing those things. It's that I felt very pulled in this other direction. And what I always gauge, my litmus test for whether or not to go down that direction, is would I regret not doing it? At the end of the day, if I got to like my deathbed, would I always wonder what if? And if so, then I need to do that thing.
Yeah. I
don't want any regrets by the end of the day, and I don't want to ever go against my gut and use like logic over the way my heart is telling me to go.
Yes.
Right. And that's never steered me wrong. And people have come down on me on that method of like, well, like emotions over logic. But no, I don't know. I don't think it's emotions. I think that everyone's built with intuition, and I've gotten really good at listening to mine.
Half of the people who say that, by the way, their favorite movie is Rocky, and that movie's all heart. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, it's all your heroes and whoever your hero is, it's always like they followed something against all odds or whatever. And it wasn't even like I needed a hero story like that, but I just I would kick myself if I didn't try to figure it out. So I went down this path that was like completely unknown, completely uncertain. And the ride that I got taken on has been one for the books.
For sure.
And it's been incredibly exciting. Still no guarantees on everything, but every step along the way, the reason I haven't been able to edit my vlogs yet is because I'm getting whiplash from how quickly things are transitioning in a rapid way that's building towards an even crazier thing each time. I went from starting a brand new podcast called Ace Holes. You can go check it out if you want to. youtube.com/aceholespod with a brand new person co-host, and not really knowing where that was going to go, but I could get show that I can do things in poker media and interview people and wherever that leads, and then very quickly got sponsored and hired to commentate for Poker Night in America. And we not only started filming our podcast there, but also we were commentating the games, so got a lot of experience right away with commentating every single
Caitlin
day.
Kometsky, a gem, we love her.
Kometsky, yes.
Kometsky.
And people always put an N in there, but
I do.
But yes. Caitlin Kometsky, shout out. She's been my partner in crime this whole way. And then that led straight into the WSOP. Not only did I cash
World Series of Poker.
Not only did I cash more than half the tournaments that I entered, but also got to do even more hosting with Poker Media, with Poker Go. I got to commentate at a WSOP final table, the ladies event final table, which is just like, my brother was like, how the fuck are you commentating for a WSOP final table?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't question anything. I just keep going where I'm being asked to go. I'm not even really trying that. I'm not really making cold calls or doing anything. I'm just kind of just continuing to go in the direction that
cold calls.
People are like, oh, you got to be hustling and networking or whatever. But I just literally don't have time to do anything but go to put my one foot in front of the other and keep going down that direction. Yep. And so while I was doing that, I got asked to be part of the Bally's Big Bet Poker launch, which used to be live at the Bike in Los Angeles, which is so funny because when I first said I wanted to do commentating in Las Vegas, there were no streams. So it's like I was trying to see if I could commentate in LA, I don't know, Hustler stream or whatever. And I got rejected. That was before I started Ace Holes. And then all of a sudden now there's Vegas streams. There's Poker Night America. I got to commentate there. Every stream that's happened in Vegas so far, I've gotten to commentate for.
It's the best.
And then with Bally's Big Bet Poker, I started commentating there. I'm now their main commentator. We went on a break for the past 2 months, but we're relaunching after Thanksgiving. I randomly got asked to do a Mr. Beast video. I was dodging lasers on Mr. Beast. Check that out. I came home just in time to get hired to executive produce the #1 podcast in poker. Currently, Friends. Shout out to Only Friends. So I've just been grinding there. They do a 5-day a week live stream format, which I've never really had experience in. So I'm kind of learning by the seat of my pants while combining what I already know from
You're
YouTube.
also teaching while you're doing it.
I have experience in podcast world and experience in YouTube, but I'm learning how to do more live streams on the fly, formats that work for that, thumbnails and titles every single day, really getting into YouTube best practices, which is weird how it went full circle. I was I'm taking a break from YouTube to focus on this, and now I'm heavy into YouTube, just not on my channel currently. Legit. But I'm planning on coming back. I keep planning my comeback, but as soon as I of course plan to release my next vlog again for the 50th time, I got cast to be on the Big Game relaunch, which was a huge poker show back in the day by Poker Stars, where a loose cannon regular Joe Schmo would play against 5 other poker pros, and basically you're given $50,000 to try to make a profit. And anything you profit over $50,000, you get to keep. If you don't profit more than $50,000, you make zero. And I got chosen. They chose 2 people to do it. I had to win a shootout tournament in order to be part of the casting process, and then I had to go through 2 rounds of auditioning, and then they chose 2 people, and
they should have picked me.
They should have picked you.
They should have picked me.
So that was fresh this week. I got to shoot with some of my favorite poker players.
It was awesome. I was there. It was freaking awesome. Everyone there is awesome.
I played 100, 200 $200 blinds with Jennifer Tilley and Phil Hellmuth and Alan Keating and Arden Cho and Lex. And it was just such a experience. It was hosted by James Hardigan and Joe Stapes, who I have listened to so much by just watching Final Tables, WQ Final Tables. They host all the Poker Stars events.
They're great.
And commentate everything. And just this whole ride I've gotten so immersed in the poker community, and all of it, like if you went back a year ago, like, I had just gotten introduced to the poker community through that past summer at WSOP and through my neighbors, Katie Lindsay mostly, like, was introducing me to people, but I wasn't like fully immersed. And like, I feel very, very immersed, and I feel so thankful. And like, so like, we had a conversation about luck in my little girl chat group, who are now like other female poker players that I'm in a group chat with. And we were talking about luck, and I had just said, I feel like I'm a pretty lucky person. And it's not like I'm lucky here everywhere, like just like getting so much luck pouring from all corners of the universe. But it's that, like, I really do feel like luck begets luck. Like, I feel like, and mostly it's gratitude. It's just like, I feel very lucky to be part of the community. I feel very lucky to have a partner that thoroughly understands me. I feel really lucky to get like crazy opportunities that most people will never get, and yet they just keep coming. I keep calling it luck because I don't feel like I'm really in control of getting those opportunities, but they just keep coming. And so
you're also a weirdly not confident person.
Yeah.
And so, like, you always feel like you're not worthy.
Yeah. Like, I feel like the most not
so
cocky
weird.
person.
Yeah,
like,
you're not.
I'm never like, oh, the next one's coming.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah, the next one's coming for me.
Phone's ringing already.
But it's a faith thing. Like, I feel like if anything, I just have faith that like
it'll work out.
It'll work itself out, and it always does. And that's what I'm thankful for, is that, like, I feel now, after like the second, third time of jumping off a cliff, like a leap in the net will be there, that the net is going to be there. And I can confidently say that. I feel like before, it's like, well, you do it one time and you leap in the net is there. Maybe it's just a fluke. Maybe it's just that one time that happened. Maybe like you count your lucky stars that you got caught by a net, and you just like put your head to the ground, the nose to the grindstone, and just like work from there. But I've jumped off more cliffs now, and the net's been there. And
maybe you have to accept that you bring something to the table after all.
I don't know.
I'm
working on that.
But yeah, maybe one day we'll get you there.
But this was right before I had that conversation about luck. Right before I went to go play this shootout tournament to get qualified to audition for this show, and then got chosen, got cast to be.
Well, first of all, you won
on the show.
Shootout.
I had to win the shootout, which is like,
it's not easy.
I said my strategy was pure luck going into it. That's what I said. My strategy was, I did some studying, but at a certain point, you just need the cards to go your way.
Right.
And I know that I feel like poker is very synonymous with life in that way. That like, there's only so much you can prepare. We can convince ourselves that we can prepare for everything, that like, oh, all of it's in our control, but there's so much that's luck. There's so much that's just variance and luck. And I think that I can control like 60% of it, and the 40% is luck, and 40% is a big number. Like 40% is almost half of it. So like, but that's how life is too. I think that, we don't really get to choose our starting points, our parents, or like, well, unless you believe in reincarnation. Oh my God. Annoying.
Right.
Yeah. But you don't get to choose like the things, that the events that happen to you. Right. But But you can try your best to do like your part and keep a healthy mindset about things. And when good luck does come your way, or good variance, or whatever, the variance falls in your favor, to be really thankful for it. And I've been really working on trying to, I've been working for a long time on trying to celebrate my wins. I always like at the end of the month celebrate all the little wins from that month in my journal. But to really feel it in your blood. Otherwise, if you're numb to feeling your wins, sometimes if the losses hurt too much, you try to control your emotions by being numb to the negative. But what happens is then you're also numb to the positive.
That's true.
And when the wins come, you're like, well, this is cool for now, but the other shoe's about to drop.
Sure.
Instead of being just
anticipating failure.
Yeah. Being bad. Like, well, the pendulum always swings the other way, right?
That's not good. That's mentally terrible.
Yeah. And so it's mental illness, mate.
Yeah, mate.
And so I've been really like working on when those wins happen to like soak it up, like to just really feel it in my bones.
You need that.
Yeah.
If anybody does. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not something that comes natural to me.
No, it is not.
But I think that it's what life's about. It's like, if you can't enjoy those wins, then what are you really living for? Like, what are you really doing it for? If the losses hurt more than the wins feel good, then what are you doing it for?
Maybe you're doing it for the break, and we will be right back.
We'll be right back. Hey, thanks for listening to our podcast. We just want to take a break to tell you thanks for listening to our podcast. And if you want to rate it, that would be really awesome for us. Like,
listen, we're on break. We're not talking to you like podcast hosts right now. We're just talking to you like people.
As a friend.
And we just want to say, please rate the show because it helps out huge amounts.
Like, we're not desperate. We're like kind of desperate.
We're giving shout outs right now to all the people who are giving it ratings. So huge shout out right now to Brian Jorgensen. That was sick of you, dude. Thank you. God bless. Huge shout out right now to Mark W. in Springfield, Connecticut.
Back to our podcast.
Jenny Blythe.
Hey, back to our podcast.
In Tuscany,
and
Florida.
Back to our podcast.
God bless you. Thank you.
Steven.
Thank you for supporting the show. And we're back.
All right. What is one new thing you've learned this year?
A new thing I've learned?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. A new thing I've learned this year. Shit.
I know, it's tough.
That's a really tough one. Okay. This is stupid. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to do stuffed peppers before, and now I do.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
But I reached out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, I'm nailing it with making Nikki breakfast. I make Nikki vegan tacos. I make sketties, which is super easy.
Yeah.
Let's get real about sketties. But
sketties.
But
yeah,
I was like, what if I made something kind of cool, kind of fancy, kind of blow her mind a little bit, and I like did something different. So then I was like, okay, I'll learn how to make stuffed peppers.
They're really fucking good.
And then I make it with your fake meat.
Yeah.
And do like real meat for me.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, that's pretty good.
It's really good.
It's pretty good.
I gotta say, you've really impressed me with your cooking skills. The level that you've upped your game. I never thought I had a cook. Like I had a lot of things in a husband, but I never thought I would have a cook. And I was willing to.
Can you reach down in your petty heart and admit also that your husband's maybe kind of a handyman a little bit?
No.
Oh, really?
I'm not
okay.
ready. I'm not there yet.
No, let's talk about let's just talk. Let's have a conversation. Okay. So I connected the washer dryer. You didn't have to call anybody.
It flooded first.
Who would you have called to hire just so I can hear this?
Ray.
But who's he?
Ray's the guy.
What's he do?
He was an independent contractor.
And a handyman.
He was a general contractor.
And he's a handyman.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to call him because you had me in the house and I did it. I connected the washer and the dryer.
Yes, you did.
And I moved them across the street by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's incredible.
Okay, I'll give you that. You did flood the laundry room first, but
I also dried the laundry room after. So that doesn't get reported on, by the way.
He's currently fixing grass patches in the front lawn.
Already did.
Okay.
I already did. Did I not?
Yeah.
When the HOA sent the notice.
Yeah.
Guess what? Mm-hmm. I had it done in 9 days.
He's a real dad now.
I'm telling you, folks, I get it done.
Yeah, I know, it's true. I honestly don't know what I do anymore. I used to do those jobs in the relationship.
I'm telling you.
I used to wear the pants there a bit.
Not really.
A bit.
Yeah. A bit, sure.
A bit.
No, you were, but let's be real. You're talking about like, when you wanted to paint the
No, I
the
fixed
house.
the garbage disposal nth times.
I fixed the garbage disposal.
No, you didn't. You tried to use a fucking broom and it didn't work.
That's my mom's method.
Well, it didn't work.
It does work.
Well, it didn't work. I had to use the tools to fix the garbage disposal.
Well, you can take it up with my mom.
Well, she killed my fish, so
It's personal.
I will take it up with your mom.
You should.
One new thing that I've learned, I think, I've learned that I can adapt very quickly to situations, which I don't like spontaneity very much. I don't like last minute plans. I like to have a solid plan before I jump into something. But this year, I didn't have time to do that. Nope. I just got thrown into fucking situations and for like first time situations and had to pretend like I belong there. And then I did. And then I did. I somehow pulled it off and I learned a lot along the way. I was getting into commentating. I was doing more and more of it and I was getting comfortable with it, but I had never done it alone. And then one day I get a call and they're like, we need a commentator right now, like within like 30, you got to be here in like 45 minutes. And like we were about to shoot shit they don't tell you. And so I get there and not only am I commentating, but I am alone commentating. And so I'm like, can I carry this by myself? And I did. And I loved it. And it wasn't even like,
and you did great.
It didn't feel foreign, I guess.
Yeah, true.
I felt like I was supposed to be doing that. I felt like I was supposed to be there.
I agree. And
since then, I've been thrown into a lot of other situations, including death lasers. And I feel like that was kind of like an extreme to highlight
how absurd your life is.
And how like I've been actually doing that in an analogous way in my life.
That's
like
fair.
I'm just getting thrown into laser mazes and dodging these lasers and making it out alive.
I have to say though, because it's not that you've ever been fake on YouTube, because you haven't been fake on YouTube, but the realest version of you that I've ever seen depicted on any platform is you playing poker and you talking about poker. Is the most real Nikki, like the one that I hang out with, the one that like makes me crack up and die laughing, the one that like is not like trying to get a line in or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
You're just completely you. Yeah. And you're like funny and like fucking smart as shit.
Aww.
And like all of the things that are actually you, the one that I hang out with the most.
Yeah.
And you're not a fake person. I'm just saying like,
yeah.
So, when you're on camera, sometimes we all do this thing. We all have to like fucking put a little juice in or whatever.
Well,
depending on where we are.
The little part, there's like a thing that's still part of me, so it's not like fake.
Yeah.
But I have a very overthinking part of me, and that becomes overactive when my brain isn't focusing on something else.
Yes.
So if I'm just doing a YouTube video where the only thing is me talking to a camera, then sometimes the overthinking mind is like, is this okay? Like, am I coming off okay? Like, da 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 da, and I start like over analyzing everything. But when my brain is fully immersed in a poker game and I'm like fully thinking about strategy, it really takes 100% of my focus and I'm present. Like, I'm fully present is the thing.
The key.
And I don't have time to overanalyze what I look like or what I sound like or what I think or whatever. It's just like whoever I am, that's what you're gonna see, because I don't have time to like figure out what I want my image to look like or whatever.
I think that's where you've been misunderstood maybe in YouTube history, like where people who maybe didn't understand you or didn't like whatever you're putting out, they just didn't get that is part of your thing, that like you do care so much sometimes.
I care too much.
Yeah, that it's like insane.
Yeah, I
and
do.
if somebody can like somehow dangle the carrot stick so that you're like, oh, I'm focused on this.
Yeah.
Then you just come alive.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's, I think, an ADHD symptom, which as I'm learning more and more about myself, and like, I got late diagnosed ADHD during the pandemic. I mean, a lot of people did, and like TikTok probably aided a lot of the trend of that. But I, whatever. I don't want to contribute to that.
You were trending too.
But like 100% to a T, do I have all the ADHD symptoms for a certain type of ADHD? It's like not the hyperactive. It's not the one that's like you can't stop moving. It's the one like that's like avoidant or whatever. But I operate the best when my mind is focused on something else.
Yes.
I don't know why.
Yes.
Like, that's why
weird.
I have to like be listening to music while I drive.
Or
like,
clean.
Or clean. Like, I have to have my mind on two different things in order to focus on one.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. And again, folks, this is part of loving somebody. You know how to help them succeed. So you don't go like, it's so weird. You got to do that thing. What are you going to do that for? It's like, no, you just go like, oh, that's how she gets it done.
Yeah. I mean, learning about it, I'm like, wow, I have always operated way better that way. And that totally makes sense now.
Yeah. Don't take it personally when they're like, what do you want? What do you want? And it's like,
too many things.
Oh no, it's okay. I'm good. I'm just getting socks. It's cold. It's cold. Just my feet are cold.
All right. If you could pick anyone dead or alive to have at Thanksgiving, who would it be? And what would you ask them?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive. Anyone.
Jesus. Probably him.
Probably Jesus?
No. No, definitely not.
Why?
Like, why don't I want
I got excited.
It's funnier that I don't want him. That's why.
I could choose anyone.
Like, I'm like, oh, no.
Nah. There's books already.
Pass. He's like, oh, hi. And I'm like, oh, no. I didn't say you.
No. Like, I picture a bunch of fucking martyrs and heroes standing in a line, and like you're choosing teams right now. Like, Jesus, no, maybe Martin Luther King. Let's see. I'm going with Elvis.
I'm going Elvis on this one.
Elvis.
Can I get Fat Elvis?
Yeah.
Right. No, I think okay.
Okay.
Couple things.
Yeah.
Two answers maybe. Mm-hmm. First answer is Genghis Khan.
Okay.
And yeah. And then I'm like, I'm like, hey, Genghis, I told everybody like I don't believe all the bullshit about, and then he starts murdering everyone at the party. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. That's the first answer. Okay. And I'm like, okay, it was real.
Oh yeah.
You were right.
Yeah,
everybody.
Right.
Okay, you guys were right.
I ruined Thanksgiving.
I was like, he's a person. He's a human. He has a heart. Come on.
Yeah.
How bad can it be? Okay. So then no.
That's a troll one.
That's a troll one. I think I think I would have to go with Jim Varney.
Who's that?
He played Ernest.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Why?
I just think that the guy was just a miracle worker, honestly. Like, that guy was so funny to me.
He never did an Ernest Saves Thanksgiving.
He didn't. So he should have.
You gotta bring him.
It's the one holiday they never saved.
Yeah.
But I don't know. For some reason, that guy just, I don't know. Every time I see him in anything or heard about him in anything, he just seemed like such a kind soul. Yeah, I think it'd be fun. And I would love to ask him all kinds of questions.
A very unsung hero, yeah.
For real. Very underrated guy.
Yeah.
Underrated fella. Yeah. I mean, because here's the thing. I love Bill Murray. Yeah. But he would probably suck. That's apparently like he sucks.
Okay.
That's like the thing is like everyone knows, like, don't meet him.
Honestly, like, my you'd probably
Eminem.
predict that it'd be Eminem.
Yeah, well,
but I'm not gonna waste it on Eminem.
Yeah, because you'd fill your shorts up with fucking poop. He walks in the room.
Also, like, I don't know. It seems like I'd put a lot of pressure on him. I feel like he wouldn't like it.
He can't win.
So I honestly, and I didn't know what I was going to say until we started this question, but I really like Nikolai Tesla to be.
You'd want Nikolai Tesla?
Yeah.
What if he's an introvert and he just sits there?
I'm an introvert. I would like to pick his brain because he figured out the universe with his numbers. Like, he had a lot of different theories that got destroyed. He had all of his work got destroyed and stolen. Weird. I just want to know, like, his
notes were preserved.
He found a way to create free energy like we did back in ancient days with the fucking pyramids, but we won't talk about it. But I want to know, like, because he had things like free energy, inventions, things that would have been very useful to a society, but his funding got pulled very suspiciously by the same people that own the electric company. They decided to go with Edison instead because they could charge the people. And I like
charge. That's good.
I just really want to know. Like, I want to know what kind of ideas he had. Maybe I could pull some funding together.
Love it.
And maybe I could make it happen.
And maybe we invite Nikolai Tesla, and then we find out he's real murdery, like Genghis. And we're like, oh no, why is he got to murder everyone here?
We only pick murderers.
Oh no, the murderer people.
No, so Nikolai Tesla comes and Genghis Khan murders him before I get to ask any questions.
Good. And I'm like, oh my bad. I'm like, oh my B. I'm like, that's on me.
We'll never get free energy.
I slap my chest and I'm like, that's on me. Like Patrick Mahomes when he throws the pick.
Right.
Hey, that's on me. That's on you. Kadarius, Tony.
Okay.
That's on me.
One last question for this Thanksgiving special.
Love it.
What's one thing that you'd like to accomplish by this time next year? That at this time when we're sitting around the table, you go, wow, so thankful this happened.
You first.
Me first?
Yeah, I did everyone first. You do first.
I'm gonna win a poker trophy.
Which one?
I don't care. I've never won a trophy in my fucking life.
I love it.
And I just want to win one.
Okay.
For the memes, I don't know. I would like a shelf full of trophies. I like to be like, remember when I thought I'd never win a trophy and I thought that was meant for my life's like joke?
Yeah. That
I just could never win one? Well, look at me now. I got fucking 7.
I love that.
Yeah.
First of all, I love
it's
that.
very superficial.
I love that.
And also, it would make me really happy to say that I did that because I at this point in my life, I'm convinced I'll never get one.
Okay, I enjoy that. All right, for me, I want to know that my youngest brother Kenny is coming for Thanksgiving or Christmas because the only way he'll ever come, because he's such a fucking shithead, is if he reaches a certain level in crypto again.
Why?
Because he's petty. So
he just won't come?
He won't do anything. His kid sits next to a water heater during Crypto Corner.
The heck?
To punish himself for not cashing out $940,000. He only put in $20,000. He could have cashed out $940,000. And so he's punishing himself sitting next to a fucking water heater during Crypto Corner every time. So, yeah, I think Kenny coming would mean that he had made it.
Okay, well,
I got the kid in. I got to get him out. I've always said that.
That's what Kenny accomplished.
Well, that's my accomplishment. Because I dragged him kicking and screaming. Trust me. I dragged him kicking and screaming back into the run. He calls me the other day and he says, thank you. He says, and this is rare form for him. He says, thank you for making me stay.
Okay.
Thank you for making me do it. And I did. And he's back.
Okay.
So
by this time next year, to have Kenny show up.
Kenny coming.
Would feel like an accomplishment for you.
Big time.
And then he could see my 7 poker trophies.
Exactly.
So then I could be like, isn't that sick? I mean, this one is from the WPT.
Like, cool.
This one is from WSOP.
Cool. What's that mean?
This one's from NAPT.
Awesome. What's that mean?
And then I went to an EPT and then I got this one.
Yeah. Sounds like a psychic.
And then this one's from PG.
Cool. Sounds like golf. So congrats.
It's not golf.
Way to win.
It's Poker Go tournament.
Yeah.
And this was from a super high roller bowl because I'm rich now.
Let's go. I like that one the best.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you think that next year we can invite Jesus over Genghis Khan? Or is that too much to ask?
I don't know. Is Jesus gonna lecture us the whole time?
Think about if Jesus and Nikolai Tesla got together. No, just for a second. Okay. Because I feel like Nikolai Tesla would actually like that. And I feel like that would be rude to our guests to not invite.
Is Jesus just gonna fucking lecture us the whole time?
No, he doesn't do that. He's
I feel like Genghis wouldn't do that at all.
He's a very show not tell guy. We don't have to spend any budget on wine. He turns all the water to wine.
I think the wine was already there.
He walks on water. He turns it to wine. He does a lot of water tricks. Okay?
Jesus better do water tricks at my party.
He has water tricks.
That's for sure.
If he's going to be coming to my party, Tesla, he better do water tricks. I think back in the day, they figured out how to use water to create energy. And I think Nikolai Tesla would really dig that. He's invited twice in a row, apparently.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, just because you need to change your pick.
It's pretty good.
So, Anyway, thank you for being here. I'm most thankful for you guys for listening. Thanks for being here for our Thanksgiving special. I hope you enjoyed that.
Thanks to everyone in our Discord community.
Let us know in the comments, who would you invite to Thanksgiving and why? I'm curious. Yeah. I want to know who Genghis Khan is not going to murder at your Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So drop us a little note ski there, and we'll see you next week.
Good night and bye-bye.
Good night.